Have you ever been hypnotized before?
No, at least not that I can remember.
Close your eyes.
There you are, in the passenger seat of an open-top car, and with every mile you travel, all your problems
Where is the painting?
I don't remember.
seem so far away and so long ago. You begin to remember what you did with the painting.
9.
And you...
I gotta ask you, how hard was this role for you? Because you're stillness incarnate. The voice is incredible to watch, and you sustain this for the entire film.
Mm-hmm.
That's a major plot point in some ways, her voice.
Yeah.
So was it tough for you? Because you're so animated.
I know. I marvel at watching Elizabeth Lamb and how just composed that she is, and I mean, clearly it's a part of me that can come out, but apparently only elicited when it's for entertainment's sake and I'm getting paid, because otherwise I'm all over the place. But I was really excited to try to transform myself into this person and make this story make sense. You know, a lot of her person, everything, physically, mentally, how she speaks, how she looks, everything was such a huge point in the film of giving you or not, or hiding a certain secret or signal or piece of information of the puzzle. And that was really interesting to kind of participate in. You know, I think that you usually feel like there's a scene or a speech or some type of thing that has a really particular strong relevance, and the other stuff is just kind of bringing the story along and can feel very expositional. I didn't feel like there was any exposition in this film. I didn't feel like there wasn't anything that was happening in it that didn't feel like the stakes were incredibly high, and that was just really fun to participate on and know that whatever work I was doing on my cadence, whatever it was, that it was going to be relevant in a very deep way to the story, and it just gives you a different sort of connection to the material.
Now, does it take being an actor of nerve or muscle then to be in these types of worlds? Because it is a very interesting theme in the film. So how do you see yourself in this?
I think definitely in this situation, this is a woman who, and by the end, you know, I mean, running around and doing all that stuff, muscle is definitely, her physicality is definitely a big part of it. But nerve, I think, is that first one. One of the things that I was really kind of, you know, sort of taken aback by, that I hadn't really appreciated doing the research and doing all of it. You know, I'm preparing and I've got these long speeches, you know, these long, hypnotic trances to do, and I'm there and I suddenly am thinking about it. I'm like surrounded by all of these incredibly dangerous men. And I know that I'm thinking about it, but when you're in the actual reality and you know that this is, you know, for someone who does, I can be on Domestic Violence Awareness Month, I'm a spokesperson, I work with VD, I'm on the board of it. You know, I'm constantly talking, you know, we film like kids where you really are going, so, you know, when you're out with your friends and you're in a pool, like something could happen. You could get, you know, something really dangerous could happen. And this is where she was. This very smart, very clever, composed woman is suddenly sitting in a suit in a den of wolves. And like, you know, red flags must be going up the entire time, and she's can't let her heart race. She can't break into a sweat. She can't have a shudder in her voice. She's got to step into it. And that was really exciting and very interesting to me to go, no, put that voice in the back of your mind that's telling you this is really stupid, get out of here, and step into it. And that courage that I recognized in her in all of those situations made me appreciate a whole other level to her than I had beforehand.
That's one last question, because I have to ask this. You live a very public life, and yeah, I mean, within reason.
Yeah.
But here's a world where somebody's trying to forget something very specific. When you live in such a public bubble, can you still forget? Because we have a record of everything you do now.
Oh yeah, and I think that's an interesting thing. I mean, it's more like forgetting that everybody else thinks or cares about any of this stuff, because it's really narcissistic to think that, you know, and you see that sometimes when people go, now the whole world knows I just broke up, or the whole world knows. I'm like, actually, there's 7 billion people on the planet. I have a fraction of them might care that you stubbed your toe this morning, but in general, en masse, nobody cares, and stop thinking so. You know, so I think it's that kind of thing, that narcissism that can sometimes come if you're looking at magazines or social media can blow up about stuff. And yeah, maybe some people do care and they won't ever forget. But when you think about it 100 years from now, is it really going to be that deep? No. So I can't really live my life around that.
Ms. Dawson, always a pleasure talking to you.
Yes, thank you very
This is the
much.
best work, girl. I'm serious.
Oh, right on. Thank you very much.